For decades, you've been told that aging is a slow fade, that your body will tire, your energy will vanish, and your strength will quietly disappear. But what if none of that is true? What if the story you've been told about life after 60 isn't biology, but belief? The greatest threat to your health after 60 isn't disease, it's deception. A quiet collection of myths, repeated so often they sound like facts. We call them normal, we call them aging. But in truth, they're the very things that keep you weak, tired, and dependent. They said slowing down is normal. It's not. It's common, yes, but not natural. The body doesn't lose its ability to move. It loses its invitation to move. Muscles don't forget how to grow. They stop being challenged. You were designed to adapt at every age. The moment you stop testing your limits, your body stops believing it has any. They said medication is the answer, but pills rarely heal. They silence symptoms. They keep you comfortable without asking why you're unwell. Your body isn't a machine that needs constant repairs. It's a living system that seeks balance. The goal isn't to add more chemistry, it's to restore harmony. Healing begins when you stop managing illness and start nurturing health. They said fatigue is just part of getting older, but fatigue isn't age, it's overload. It's your brain drowning in stimulation, sugar, and distraction. We live in a world addicted to dopamine, that quick artificial burst of pleasure from every scroll, snack, or screen. Over time, those bursts drain your real energy. The tiredness you feel isn't from years, it's from imbalance. Turn down the noise and your energy returns. They said eat less to live longer, but starvation doesn't build strength, nourishment does. You don't need less food, you need better food, real living food, protein that rebuilds your cells, fats that feed your brain, plants that carry information your body understands. Dieting is not longevity, nourishment is. Your body isn't counting calories, it's craving quality. They said pain means weakness, but pain is not punishment, it's communication. Your body isn't attacking you, it's alerting you. Pain is the language of adaptation. We've been taught to fear it, medicate it, avoid it, but every time you move through discomfort, the stiffness of a stretch, the burn of a walk, the ache of effort, your body learns to grow again. Pain doesn't break you, it rebuilds you. They said rest is enough to recover, but rest without repair is just stillness. Healing isn't a pause, it's a process. It requires movement, nutrition, and deep restorative sleep. True recovery doesn't come from lying down, it comes from tuning in, from giving your body what it needs to rebuild, not just what it needs to stop moving. They said it's too late to change. That's the biggest lie of all. Science has proven your brain can rewire itself even in your 80s. Muscles respond to training, hearts strengthen with effort, minds sharpen with learning. Change doesn't expire. What expires is the belief that you can't. Age doesn't stop growth. Giving up does. They said supplements can replace food, but no capsule can imitate the intelligence of nature. A single berry, a handful of nuts, a green leaf, these contain thousands of living compounds that no lab can replicate. Food is not fuel, it's information. Every bite tells your body how to heal, how to fight, how to thrive. The secret isn't in the pill, it's in the plate. They said you need motivation to start, but motivation is unreliable. It's a feeling, and feelings change. Action creates motivation, not the other way around. Waiting to feel ready is the brain's favorite excuse for staying safe. You don't need confidence, you need courage. Start unready, start uncomfortable, start anyway. The fire comes after you move, and finally, they said old age means decline, but aging doesn't destroy you. It exposes you. It amplifies your habits, your beliefs, and your choices. A life built on movement, curiosity, and purpose will sharpen with age. A life built on fear and comfort will shrink. Age is not loss, it's magnification. You become more of who you are. You've been told to accept, to settle, to slow down, but your body isn't asking for surrender. It's asking for partnership. It's been whispering through your fatigue, your pain, your hunger, your restlessness. I'm still here. I still want to live. The truth is simple. You are not too old to change. You are not too tired to heal. You are not too late to begin. The moment you stop believing these lies, your body stops obeying them. You are not declining. You are rediscovering. You are not running out of time. You are finally learning how to use it. The story of your health isn't over. It's just been waiting for you to start telling the truth. For decades, you've been told that aging is a slow fade, that your body will tire, your energy will vanish, and your strength will quietly disappear. But what if none of that is true? What if the story you've been told about life after 60 isn't biology, but belief? The greatest threat to your health after 60 isn't disease, it's deception. A quiet collection of myths repeated so often they sound like facts. We call them normal. We call them aging. But in truth, they're the very things that keep you weak, tired, and dependent. They said slowing down is normal. It's not. It's common, yes, but not natural. The body doesn't lose its ability to move. It loses its invitation to move. Muscles don't forget how to grow. They stop being challenged. You were designed to adapt at every age. The moment you stop testing your limits, your body stops believing it has any. They said medication is the answer, but pills rarely heal. They silence symptoms. They keep you comfortable without asking why you're unwell. Your body isn't a machine that needs constant repairs. It's a living system that seeks balance. The goal isn't to add more chemistry, it's to restore harmony. Healing begins when you stop managing illness and start nurturing health. They said fatigue is just part of getting older. But fatigue isn't age, it's overload. It's your brain drowning in stimulation, sugar, and distraction. We live in a world addicted to dopamine, that quick artificial burst of pleasure from every scroll, snack, or screen. Over time, those bursts drain your real energy. The tiredness you feel isn't from years, it's from imbalance. Turn down the noise and your energy returns. They said eat less to live longer, but starvation doesn't build strength, nourishment does. You don't need less food, you need better food. Real, living food. Protein that rebuilds your cells, fats that feed your brain, plants that carry information your body understands. Dieting is not longevity, nourishment is. Your body isn't counting calories, it's craving quality. They said pain means weakness, but pain is not punishment, it's communication. Your body isn't attacking you, it's alerting you. Pain is the language of adaptation. We've been taught to fear it, medicate it, avoid it, but every time you move through discomfort, the stiffness of a stretch, the burn of a walk, the ache of effort, your body learns to grow again. Pain doesn't break you, it rebuilds you. They said rest is enough to recover, but rest without repair is just stillness. Healing isn't a pause, it's a process. It requires movement, nutrition, and deep restorative sleep. True recovery doesn't come from lying down, it comes from tuning in. From giving your body what it needs to rebuild, not just what it needs to stop moving. They said it's too late to change. That's the biggest lie of all. Science has proven your brain can rewire itself even in your 80s. Muscles respond to training, hearts strengthen with effort, minds sharpen with learning. Change doesn't expire. What expires is the belief that you can't. Age doesn't stop growth, giving up does. They said supplements can replace food, but no capsule can imitate the intelligence of nature. A single berry, a handful of nuts, a green leaf, these contain thousands of living compounds that no lab can replicate. Food is not fuel, it's information. Every bite tells your body how to heal, how to fight, how to thrive. The secret isn't in the pill, it's in the plate. They said you need motivation to start. But motivation is unreliable. It's a feeling, and feelings change. Action creates motivation, not the other way around. Waiting to feel ready is the brain's favorite excuse for staying safe. You don't need confidence, you need courage. Start unready, start uncomfortable, start anyway. The fire comes after you move. And finally, they said old age means decline. But aging doesn't destroy you, it exposes you. It amplifies your habits, your beliefs, and your choices. A life built on movement, curiosity, and purpose will sharpen with age. A life built on fear and comfort will shrink. Age is not loss, it's magnification. You become more of who you are. You've been told to accept, to settle, to slow down, but your body isn't asking for surrender. It's asking for partnership. It's been whispering through your fatigue, your pain, your hunger, your restlessness. I'm still here. I still want to live. The truth is simple. You are not too old to change. You are not too tired to heal. You are not too late to begin. The moment you stop believing these lies, your body stops obeying them. You are not declining. You are rediscovering. You are not running out of time. You are finally learning how to use it. The story of your health isn't over. It's just been waiting for you to start telling the truth. Aging has been misunderstood for generations. We've been told that growing older means slowing down, losing energy, and accepting physical decline as our new reality. But what if aging isn't about decay at all? What if it's about adaptation, a natural transformation that depends not on time, but on how we live? The body isn't built to deteriorate. It's designed to adjust, to evolve, to rebuild itself in response to the way we treat it. Every cell in your body is constantly changing, renewing, and repairing. The real question isn't whether your body can change. It's whether you're giving it a reason to. When you stop moving, your muscles don't forget how to grow. They simply stop being asked to. When you stop challenging your mind, your brain doesn't lose its ability to think clearly. It just becomes comfortable in stillness. What we call aging is often the side effect of disuse. It's the body adapting to less demand, less motion, less curiosity. The truth is, the human body is a machine built for adaptation. When you lift, it strengthens. When you learn, it rewires. When you stretch your limits, it expands. Aging doesn't stop that process. Only inactivity does. The tragedy is not that we grow old, but that we start believing we are supposed to slow down. Society whispers that rest means safety, that movement is risky, that quiet means peace. But comfort is a slow poison. It teaches the body to become smaller, weaker, quieter. Every time you choose comfort over challenge, your body takes note. It begins to adapt to that comfort, and soon it becomes your new normal. That's how decline begins, not from age itself, but from surrender. Your body's ability to adapt never disappears. It simply mirrors your behavior. If you feed it with motion, strength, and curiosity, it grows sharper, stronger, and more alive. If you feed it with fear and stillness, it forgets what vitality feels like. The beautiful truth is that this adaptation works both ways. You can rebuild what was lost, you can regain what was forgotten. Whether you are 60, 70, or beyond, your body is still listening to your choices, still responding to your effort, still ready to change. The brain, too, is part of this miracle. Even at advanced ages, it can form new neural pathways, learn new skills, and develop new habits. This process, called neuroplasticity, proves that change never expires. The same brain that learned how to walk decades ago can learn balance again. The same mind that mastered a career can master peace, strength, or self-control. Age doesn't block your potential, belief does. The moment you stop assuming your best years are behind you, your body starts preparing for what's ahead. Adaptation is nature's most powerful design. Every living thing survives by changing with its environment, and humans are no different. Yet somewhere along the way, we began resisting that process. We began choosing ease over effort, distraction over discipline, and routine over growth. But your body has been waiting patiently for you to challenge it again. The first walk, the first stretch, the first deep breath that comes from determination, not habit, is enough to wake up the system that's been dormant inside you. Aging isn't the enemy. The real enemy is the story you tell yourself about what aging means. When you believe you're meant to fade, your body listens. When you believe you're meant to rise, it listens just as closely. Every choice, every small act of movement or courage is a conversation with your biology. The more you speak to it through action, the more it responds with energy, balance, and renewal. The power to stay strong after 60 isn't hidden in medicine, miracles, or luck. It's hidden in motion. Your body is waiting for you to ask it to adapt again, and the moment you do, it will. Medicine has given us extraordinary tools, but somewhere along the way, we confused treatment with healing. We began to believe that every symptom required a pill, every discomfort demanded a prescription, and every feeling of imbalance could be chemically silenced. The truth is, most medications don't heal, they manage. They mute the body's messages rather than helping us understand them. Healing doesn't come from adding more chemicals to the system. It comes from listening to what your body has been trying to say all along. The body isn't broken. It's speaking in the only language it knows: symptoms, sensations, and emotions. When you feel pain, fatigue, or anxiety, that's your body asking for attention. But we've been trained to hush it, to suppress it, to drown it out. A pill can make the noise disappear for a while, but the imbalance remains. It's like covering the smoke instead of putting out the fire. Over time, the layers of medication become a substitute for awareness, and we lose touch with what's real. We no longer ask, why is my blood pressure rising? Or what is my pain trying to teach me? We simply hand over responsibility and hope someone else fixes it. But health was never meant to be outsourced. It's an inside job. Doctors, for the most part, want to help, but the system they work within is built to manage illness, not to create wellness. There's a difference between keeping you alive and helping you thrive. Modern healthcare focuses on what can be measured: blood pressure, cholesterol, heart rate. But the deeper truths of healing lie in what can't be easily quantified: your energy, your joy, your purpose, your connection to life. A prescription can't give you those things. Only awareness can. Real healing begins when you stop asking what pill you need and start asking what pattern you need to change. Maybe your body is tired because it's starved of movement. Maybe your anxiety is louder because you never give your mind silence. Maybe your blood sugar rises not because your body is failing, but because your daily habits are teaching it to. The body doesn't betray you, it responds to you. It adapts to the signals you send every day through your choices, thoughts, and behaviors. When you take a pill, you're intervening in that communication. Sometimes that's necessary. Modern medicine can be life-saving and miraculous, but when it becomes your only language with your body, you lose the deeper dialogue. The body begins to whisper less because it's used to being ignored. Then one day it shouts in the form of disease or burnout, and we call it sudden. But it was never sudden. It was simply unheard. There's nothing wrong with medication when it's used wisely. The danger lies in using it as a replacement for awareness. Healing asks for curiosity. It asks you to sit quietly with your discomfort and ask what it needs. Maybe it's water, maybe it's rest, maybe it's movement, maybe it's forgiveness. The body stores emotion, memory, and stress. A pill can quiet the symptoms, but it can't erase the cause. The only true cure is connection. Connection to your body's intelligence, to your habits, to your inner rhythm. Balance is the natural state of the human body. Every system within you, your heart, your hormones, your immune function, is designed to find equilibrium. Medications can help when balance is lost, but they should be bridges, not destinations. The goal isn't to stay medicated forever, it's to restore the internal harmony that makes medication unnecessary. That begins not in the doctor's office, but in your own awareness. When you start listening to your body instead of silencing it, something profound happens. The fog begins to lift. You start to notice patterns, foods that drain you, routines that heal you, emotions that tighten your chest or relax your breath. This awareness is the beginning of true health. Healing isn't something that happens to you, it's something that happens with you. And the moment you choose to stop outsourcing your well-being and start partnering with your body, you begin to rediscover the intelligence that medicine alone can never give you. The most dangerous myth about health after 60 is that slowing down protects you. We're told to rest more, to avoid risk, to take it easy. But that advice quietly steals strength from the body and resilience from the mind. The truth is, movement is not the enemy of aging, it's the antidote. The body is built to move, to stretch, to lift, to adapt. When you stop challenging it, it doesn't rest, it weakens. Muscles shrink, bones thin, energy drops, balance fades. What we call aging is often just the body responding to inactivity. The body learns from everything you do or don't do. If you move less, it learns weakness. If you move more, it learns power. Stillness feels safe, but it's deceptive. It gives the illusion of protection while quietly eroding vitality. The body thrives under stress, not chronic emotional stress, but physical challenge. Every step you take, every muscle you activate, every heartbeat that quickens tells your body, I still need you. And the body listens. It rebuilds, strengthens, and adapts to meet your demand. That's how life has always worked. From the moment you were born, your body has been a master of adaptation. The only difference now is how much you ask of it. Movement is a message, and every form of it matters. Walking, stretching, lifting, even dancing, all of it reminds your body that life is still in motion. You don't need a gym or a fancy program. You need consistency. 5 minutes of movement done with intention is more powerful than an hour of sitting with regret. Your muscles don't care about your age, they care about effort. They respond to pressure, resistance, and use. The longer you keep them engaged, the longer they protect you against falls, fatigue, and disease. When you stop moving, your body assumes it's no longer needed at full capacity. It starts to conserve energy, to simplify its functions, to slow metabolism. This is how decline begins, not because of age itself, but because your body believes you've stopped living fully. The less you challenge it, the less it gives back. Movement is the way to tell your body that you're still here, still capable, still ready to grow. It's how you signal life. Many people believe that exercise after 60 is dangerous, that joints are fragile and bones are too brittle. But studies show the opposite. Controlled stress strengthens the body. Resistance training increases bone density. Walking improves memory and mood. Stretching reduces pain and stiffness. When you stop moving, the body loses those signals of renewal, and the systems designed to keep you strong go dormant. It's not the years that break you down. It's the lack of use. There's a deep connection between movement and emotion. When you move, you don't just train your muscles, you train your mind. Physical motion releases tension, lifts mood, and activates chemicals that promote joy and calm. Stillness, on the other hand, traps energy. It keeps emotions frozen, unprocessed. That's why a simple walk can clear your thoughts, or a stretch can release a wave of relief. Movement isn't just physical, it's emotional medicine. It's the body's natural therapy session. When people say, "I'm too old to exercise," they've already told their body to stop trying. But the truth is, the body doesn't understand numbers. It understands effort. There are people in their 70s who move with strength and clarity, and there are people in their 40s who feel decades older because they stopped moving. The difference isn't time, it's action. The body reflects the story you tell it through motion. Every time you move, you remind your body what life feels like. You reignite the systems that have always protected you. You don't need perfection, you need persistence. Start with what you can, not what you used to. The beauty of movement is that it meets you where you are. Every step, every stretch, every lift is a declaration, I am still becoming. The more you move, the more your body believes you. And when it believes you, it responds with strength, balance, and life. Nutrition has become one of the most confusing parts of modern health. Every week, there's a new rule, a new diet, a new miracle food that promises longevity. But behind all that noise, one truth remains. Your body knows what real nourishment feels like. It recognizes whole, living foods because it was built for them. It knows when it's being fed out of love and when it's being fed out of habit or convenience. Food isn't just fuel, it's information. Every bite you take sends a message to your body about how to function, how to repair, and how to age. The problem isn't that people over 60 eat too much or too little. It's that they've been taught to eat without awareness. Over decades, many have lost touch with hunger and fullness, eating because the clock says it's time or because emotions demand comfort. Processed foods exploit that habit. Loaded with sugar, salt, and artificial additives, they hijack the brain's reward system, giving temporary pleasure but long-term harm. They keep the body craving more while starving it of real nutrients. When this becomes normal, fatigue, inflammation, and weight gain follow. People start believing it's just part of aging, but it's not. It's chemistry. The body reacting to signals it was never meant to receive. The older body doesn't need less nutrition, it needs more quality. Muscles require protein to stay strong. Bones need minerals, and the brain depends on healthy fats for memory and mood. Yet many seniors end up undernourished, not because of lack of food, but because of lack of nourishment. The calories are there, but the life force is missing. Food grown in soil, prepared with intention and eaten slowly communicates differently with your body than food that comes from a box. It carries enzymes, energy, and balance that processed foods simply can't replicate. Your gut, often called your second brain, plays a crucial role in this. It doesn't just digest, it communicates with your immune system, your hormones, and even your mood. When you feed it well, it rewards you with stability, better sleep, better energy, sharper thinking. When you feed it poorly, it protests with inflammation, bloating, and fatigue. The gut thrives on diversity, vegetables, fruits, whole grains, fermented foods, the kinds of nourishment that connect you to nature's rhythm. When you eat close to the earth, you eat in harmony with the way your body was designed to function. It's not about dieting or restriction, it's about awareness. Every meal is an opportunity to either heal or harm. When you eat quickly, distracted, or out of stress, your body can't digest properly. When you eat slowly, consciously, with gratitude, your digestive system relaxes and absorbs more. You could eat the healthiest meal on earth, but if you eat it in a state of anxiety, your body treats it like stress. The mind and body are in constant communication. Nourishment is as much emotional as it is physical. After 60, metabolism may slow, but that's not a sentence. It's a signal. It means your body wants you to simplify, to choose foods that are alive, not engineered. Think colors, not calories. Think freshness, not fads. The more vibrant the food, the more vibrant your energy becomes. It's not about eating less. It's about eating right. When you remove processed foods, reduce sugar, and feed your body nutrients it can recognize, it responds quickly. Skin clears, digestion improves, energy rises. The body is remarkably forgiving. It's always ready to heal when you give it the chance. Food is a conversation between you and your body. Every meal asks a question. Do you want to live or just survive? The answer shows up in your choices. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be intentional. Eat to nourish, not to numb. Listen to how your body feels after you eat, lighter or heavier, calmer or restless. That's your feedback loop. That's your inner doctor speaking. When you learn to hear it again, you realize that health isn't about restriction or fear. It's about alignment. And when you feed your body what it truly needs, it rewards you with strength, clarity, and the quiet joy of feeling fully alive. The modern world has trained us to fear silence. We fill every moment with noise, television, phones, notifications, distractions, as if stillness were something to escape. But for the body and mind, stillness isn't the absence of life. It's the foundation of balance. After 60, mental and emotional health become just as important as physical strength. Yet this is often the most neglected area of all. The body can only heal when the mind is calm, and the mind can only calm when we stop running from ourselves. True healing begins in quiet moments when we allow our thoughts to surface instead of drowning them out with stimulation. Many people assume emotional distress is something that fades with age, but in reality, it often deepens. The longer we live, the more stories we carry, regrets, losses, unspoken pain. If these emotions remain unprocessed, they don't disappear. They settle into the body. The tightness in your shoulders, the heaviness in your chest, the exhaustion that no amount of sleep fixes, these are often emotional weights disguised as physical symptoms. The body and mind are never separate. What the mind avoids, the body remembers. That's why healing isn't just about medicine or movement, it's about release. The nervous system is designed to find equilibrium, but it can't do that in constant chaos. When you are always reacting to screens, stress, or others, your body lives in a state of alert. Cortisol rises, sleep suffers, and inflammation grows. Over time, this chronic stress becomes the silent cause behind so many age-related issues, heart problems, fatigue, anxiety, even memory decline. But when you learn to slow down, breathe deeply, and let quiet return, your body begins to shift from survival to repair. It's not magic, it's biology. The body heals when it feels safe. Practices like mindfulness, deep breathing, prayer, or simply spending time in nature are not luxuries, they're medicine. They remind your nervous system what peace feels like. Even 10 minutes of silence a day can lower blood pressure, steady your heart, and clear your thoughts. It's not about emptying your mind, it's about noticing it. Watching thoughts come and go without judgment. In that awareness, healing begins. You start to realize that you are not your fears, not your regrets, not your pain. You are the observer behind them. That space is where peace lives. Emotional health after 60 also means forgiveness, not for others, but for yourself. So many people carry guilt over what they didn't do, who they weren't, or what they lost. But that guilt serves no healing purpose. It binds the body in tension and keeps the heart closed. The past cannot be changed, but the meaning you give it can. When you release the weight of old stories, your body feels lighter because it no longer has to carry the burden of emotional armor. Healing happens when acceptance replaces resistance. Connection is another form of medicine. Loneliness is more dangerous to your health than smoking or obesity, yet it's often ignored. Humans are social beings. Our nervous systems are wired for connection. A shared laugh, a kind word, a hug. These aren't sentimental acts, they're biochemical exchanges. They release oxytocin, lower stress hormones, and remind the body that it's safe. Isolation does the opposite. It keeps the body in silent alarm. Healing is not just about what you do alone. It's also about who you allow into your space. Peace doesn't mean a life without problems. It means having the inner resilience to face them without breaking. After 60, your emotional health becomes your strongest medicine or your greatest toxin, depending on how you nurture it. Silence, connection, forgiveness, and awareness are not spiritual luxuries. They are physical necessities. When your mind is calm, your body follows. When your emotions are released, your energy returns. True longevity is not just about living longer, it's about living lighter. And that lightness begins in the stillness you've been avoiding. The one place where your body, heart, and soul finally learn to rest together. The last and perhaps most powerful truth about health after 60 is that purpose heals more deeply than any pill. The human body is wired not just for survival, but for meaning. When you wake up each day with a reason to move, to connect, to grow, your entire biology changes. The heart beats steadier, the brain sharpens, and energy returns. But when purpose fades, the body starts to drift. Fatigue sets in, motivation disappears, and even the strongest medicine feels weak. Purpose is not just emotional, it's physiological. It gives your body direction, telling every cell you're still needed. Many people enter their 60s believing the best chapters of life have already been written. Retirement, loss, or changing roles can create a quiet emptiness. You might no longer feel as essential as you once did, and that loss of identity can quietly break the spirit. But here's the truth, your purpose doesn't end when your career does. It evolves. Maybe it's not about ambition anymore, it's about contribution. Maybe it's not about success, it's about significance. The body thrives when the soul feels useful. When you give your time, your wisdom, or even your presence to something beyond yourself, it reignites the energy that stagnation steals. Science now confirms what ancient wisdom always knew. People who feel purposeful live longer and stay healthier. They recover faster, experience less inflammation, and maintain sharper minds. That's because purpose activates the same biological systems that protect you from stress and disease. It gives you a reason to rise, to care, to move, to stay engaged with life. Purpose isn't found in grand gestures. It's often in the small things. Nurturing a garden, mentoring someone younger, learning a new skill, caring for a pet, or simply being a source of kindness in a world that desperately needs it. Purpose also demands curiosity. When you stop asking questions, your mind begins to dull. When you stop learning, your brain begins to slow. But the moment you become curious again about people, about ideas, about your own inner world, your brain lights up. New neural connections form, creativity awakens, and your sense of aliveness returns. Purpose and curiosity are twins. They feed each other. Every time you try something new, you remind yourself that life isn't over, it's unfolding. There's another dimension to purpose that people rarely talk about. The power of gratitude. Gratitude transforms ordinary moments into sources of joy. It shifts your focus from what's missing to what's present. That shift doesn't just change your mood, it changes your biology. Studies show gratitude lowers stress hormones, strengthens the immune system, and improves heart health. When you begin and end your day by noticing even the smallest blessings, a breath, a sunrise, a shared smile, you rewire your mind for resilience. Gratitude tells your nervous system you are safe, you are enough. And from that place, healing becomes possible. The secret is to stop waiting for purpose to appear and start creating it. Too often, people wait for inspiration or a sign, but purpose grows through action, not thought. You don't find it sitting still, you find it by showing up, by giving, by trying. Even if you don't know where to start small. Volunteer somewhere, take a class, reach out to an old friend, write your story down. The moment you begin to give energy to something beyond yourself, life gives energy back to you. Aging isn't a slow fading. It's an invitation to live differently, with intention and awareness. When you fill your days with purpose, the body feels it. Your heart beats stronger because it has something to beat for. Your breath deepens because it carries meaning. Your body listens to the message your spirit sends, and when that message is, I still have something to give, every cell responds. Purpose doesn't just extend your years, it enriches them. You were never meant to simply exist, you were meant to awaken. And even after 60, the most meaningful part of your story can still be written by the choices you make today and by the purpose you choose to live for tomorrow.